We are late in the calendar year. That's a good time to be south, and that's where we are. The weather just perfect right now here tonight at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Certainly happy to have you along. Chase McLaughlin has it on the tee, and off we go here in Tampa. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
2nd down and 6 now. Back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Able to get this one to McBride. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Goes right back to McBride. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. This is Brown going up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Chase Brown with career touchdown number 75. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
Well, just about an ideal start to this one offensively, because on the road, you want to make sure you quiet the home crowd early. And how do they do it? Nice march to start things off, let the run game find its footing early. That drive certainly checked a lot of boxes, and they finished it off with a touchdown run.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here is 3rd down and 4. Looking to throw. Pittman. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Here's 3rd and 3. An inside give, Brown. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Pushes him aside at the 45. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Christian Watson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. 53 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
The ultimate speedster, showing that speed at this in front of this home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The Buccaneers had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun, Pittman. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back to throw. Pittman. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. A give for Taylor running right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Off the play fake. Pittman. And he fires one incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Pittman. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Buccaneers 3. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room.
Oh, that's going to be a double team, and it's intercepted. He's on his way. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. McPherson on for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score, Chargers 28, Buccaneers 3. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. And this one nearly intercepted. That one might need to go back to the drawing board. Almost a disaster. And it winds up just an incomplete pass, though. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Pittman. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the return will stop right around the 25. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in this second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! Xavier Legette from 13 yards out. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
That's garbage. Come on, what are we doing? Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm watching.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Off play action. Pittman. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taylor now to return it. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Buccaneers 3.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The first half, no contest. What will the second half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. A nice little juke and a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Off the play fake. Pittman. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Off play action. Pittman. That one let go deep for Laporta. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Operating from the gun, Pittman. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Here's 2nd and 10. They're quickly out wide. This is Watson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw. Pittman. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge fourth down conversion.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 66 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move, 1st and 10. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bucs get a bit closer. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
The man out of the backfield gets in for the score. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. This is caught. It's Brown.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
This is taken in by McBride.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They will toss to Brown. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through.
Touchdown, Chargers!
Trey McBride
from 6 yards away.
And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, and the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 40. Back to throw. Pittman. Eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. Pittman. That's laid out deep for Rice. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. That one complete to Leggett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Pittman. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To throw from his end zone. Pittman under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Returnable here for Davis.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. The Charger drive about to get going. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And out across midfield down to the 45. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. We're up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On the ground, here's Watson.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.